Hey everybody, this is Trent Phillips, and you're listening to Industry Talk with Gospel Artist Entertainment.
Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Aldrin McCullough with Gospel Artist Entertainment, and you are listening to Industry Talk with me on today. I'm so glad you are able to tune in. Listen, before I go any further, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in to Industry Talk. These last couple of interviews, these last few weeks, it's been amazing. We had some amazing artists. We have some, incredible people in the industry. So I just want to take this time out to say thank you for checking us out and for following us. It's much appreciated. I love each and every one of you, and I promise you it's not going unnoticed. Now, as we proceed, I want to introduce y'all to one of the baddest musicians and producers in this industry.
Oh, man.
I follow him. Listen, I'm not just saying that because he's who he is. I'm saying that because I've actually listened to his music, the music that he created, the production that he's created on different, albums in this industry. It's crazy. So y'all listen, I want y'all to pay close attention to everything he's saying, because I promise you, he's going to give you some good wisdom on today, and I'm pretty sure everybody gonna need it. But y'all help me welcome my guest today, the one and only Mr. Trent Phillips. Say what's up, man.
What's up, everybody? What's up? Glad to be here with Aldrin, man. It's an honor, it's a pleasure, great opportunity, man. What's up, everybody?
Man, listen, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for what you're doing in the kingdom, for the musician field. Listen, it's not going unnoticed, man. It's definitely much needed. Your skills and your gift is definitely anointed, man. And I appreciate for you just sharing what you have with the body of Christ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Again, it's a privilege, and man, it's definitely been a dream come true. Just looking at where I am today in 2016, man, it's a dream come true, man. God has really blessed my ministry and my gift, and I give all praise to God. Give all praise to God, man.
Man, that's what it's all about. It's nobody but God. I tell everybody that anything that you do, always reverence God. As long as you reverence God, He will keep elevating you. So I appreciate you, man. Listen, now I want to get into a couple of things today about some different things that's been going on as far as like in the world, and not even just what transpired over the last couple of weeks, but also just a couple of things that can be, talked about within the gospel community. But before I get to that, can you explain, or can you give a little detail on exactly what you do as far as like you producing and you being a musician? Is there any insight that you can give to the people?
Well, what I do first and foremost is I am a musician, play keyboards, organ, grand piano, all that stuff. I started off on the drums, but I don't claim drums. I can't claim drums. You'll never see me on the drum set. But you will see me playing some type of keyboard or organ. So that's one of the things I do. And I'm also a music producer, and I'm using that area as well to produce records, gospel records. And what else am I? I'm a music director, I'm a minister of music.
Wow.
Praise and worship leader. I do sing and lead worship a little bit. Do what I can in that area. But that's primarily what I do. I'm also an entrepreneur. I have a production company, Lionheart Music Productions, and I house all of my events and production, songwriting, all of that stuff under Lionheart Music. So that's a little bit about me and what I do. And your question was providing insight on those areas and how.
Yes.
A little bit how.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll start with, or I'll talk about production. One of the things that I believe is key to know about production, really with on a professional level, is that it started as the record label. It's a position that record labels started to hire out to facilitate, the records and the production and then everything, all the whole process for an artist to put out a record. nowadays in music, being that the major record labels have, they're few and far between. There's a lot of independent, recordings and independent artists out there, which is great. I love the indie music revolution, as I like to call it. But I think sometimes we lose sight of the role of a producer and the qualifications of a producer and how weighty and how important they are or we are to the process. So just wanted to kind of take a little knowledge out there about production.
Wow, listen, that is great information being shared. I hope, that really, was something that somebody can take. I'm pretty sure it is something that somebody can take in, because that's information that's much needed, not only just in this industry, but anybody that's trying to get into that field, into the, musician arena, into, production, and, because it can be a hard task, but I feel like that in order for you to be able to be successful in it, your heart has to be in it. So that's great information, man.
Absolutely. You got to have the heart. You got to have a heart for what you're doing and who you're working with or working for.
Right.
A lot of time when I had to come to that realization several years ago, because what happens is when you start, when one good door opens another, or the way you deal when you walk through a door, it opens another good opportunity for you. So with me, I started to, get several calls, and, people want me to do stuff for them and produce and all that kind of stuff. But then I had to realize, okay, am I really invested in this person's project? Am I really invested in that person's success? Or am I just trying to get this check? Am I trying to get this money and just kind of just do, the minimum amount of work when they're really expecting me to do 100%, give 100% effort? I have to give 100% effort, but in order for me to do that, I really got to believe in that person. I don't want to take nobody's money and just tell them, well, you sound great, and you'll be lying to them the whole time. I need to be invested in that person's success and believe in them enough to tell them the truth and say, you know what, either you're not ready or this is what you need to do. You're ready, but, you need to work on a little bit more. So I think producers and musicians and everybody who's working, don't just take people's money. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, actually believe in what they're doing. Again, there are always going to be opportunities where you can make money if you're good at what you do. You love what you do. People can see that and feel that. You're going to always get some opportunities thrown at you, but the ones that matter the most are the ones that you can invest time and effort in from a real true place, in the heart. And that's where the love for what you do, that's where it's going to come out. You got, your mama, your grandmama, you put that love in what they do when they cooking, or baking something,
Right.
What we do in music, people can feel the love that we put in it, or not. If it ain't there, it ain't going to be felt. If it's there, it'll be felt. It'll be experienced. So.
Oh, yeah, I definitely agree with you. Man, listen, I want to know what motivated you to start doing what you do.
Well, I've been a church musician for a long time. So, started at the age of 7 playing, and just been around music, man. Just been around music all of my life, from home life, church life, school, everything's been around this type of music. But I don't know if I have a central thing that, or a person that I looked at that just showed me, that I could do this. I really just, I started loving what I did at about 18, to the point where I said, man, I think I just kind of want to do this as a career. I think, again, you got to love what you do. That's when it kind of came together for me. Obviously, I was looking at which direction I was going to take, from school and college, and okay, what am I do? What am I about to do with my life? But it was also around that time where, 16, 17, 18 years old, where I just started really, really falling in love with music and what I was doing at the time. So that's a little bit of my journey, my story. But and the more I do it, the more I continue to do it, the better I got at it. The more I began to study and all that kind of stuff, the better I got at it, which brought more confidence. And of course, you get the different calls, and this person might want to work with you, or you get an opportunity, even through somebody else to work with a major artist or something like that. Right. I mean, I remember getting a call about Donnie McClurkin, and working with William Murphy early on, and getting a lot of people that I just began to just have opportunities to play with, and I started to look at myself and just look at
Man, that is awesome. That's awesome. That's much needed. Listen, that's a great journey. I mean, it takes a really good person to, have the courage to be able to do this kind of stuff in ministry because I'm gonna just put it out there. I play a little drums myself, but I'm not as good. I'm not as good as some of these people out here. Like you got people like Calvin Rogers and Tony Royce. I'm not that advanced yet, but as long as I feel like that, as long as I can keep a beat, I think I can keep a service going. But listen, I really appreciate that, man, because somebody in this, in this area, this field in the industry needs to hear that, especially when it comes down to musicians, from one musician to another, and from a producer to another producer, because you still have people out there that are new to this stuff that are wanting to learn. And then we are praying for those who are new to this stuff that think they know it all, but they don't,
Right. Absolutely.
So it's really, great information that's needed. So I really appreciate you for sharing that. And do you have any encouraging words that you can give to anybody that's wanting to become a musician or, become a producer in this industry?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Study where you want to go. Study where you want to go. Get up under, some people who can help you reach that goal. And be relentless about it. Nobody, even though what I just said, I didn't have one central person that I looked at, but I looked at them all.
Right.
Quincy Jones to Michael Jackson to whoever. I had mentors and role models, early on and coming up, and even now, you got to keep some kind of role model before you. And now with social media, and there's so many ways and conferences and all kind of things that are going on. There's so many ways that you can, get connected with people who can just pour into you at least just a little bit. There's so many resources out there online that you can learn from. So my thing is just study where you want to go. Study where you want to go. It's not just everything is not within you. The potential is within you.
Right.
You have to lock in and connect some kind of way, either virtually or physically, in an actual fashion with somebody sitting in the studio. And they used to tell us, man, just go sit in the studio with these engineers, sit in the studio with these producers, and watch what they do. Just get around and let them, bug them a little bit. Let them let you sit in so you can start watching what they're doing and watching how they're doing what they do. So that would be, the foundational thing that I would say. Study where you're trying to go, especially if you're trying, like you said, if you want to be a musician, obviously you have to start with the basics. Get your foundations right. Get your theory knowledge up. Know your scales, know your rudiments. Whatever you're playing, know your frets. All of that kind of stuff. Know your strings and everything that applies to the instrument that you're playing. Because you gotta know that. You gotta have your foundation. You can know what to do, by ear all day long. But if you don't have that foundational knowledge, you just be really a one-man band, and you won't really know how to apply that knowledge or apply that inspiration of the music that you have in your head when you're in a group situation. So everybody else, that you're trying to be with, that you're trying to play like, they know notes and chords and scales, and you don't know the first thing about it.
Right.
What you gonna do? You're gonna be by yourself.
Right.
So, get the foundations right, get the basics right, and then make sure you're connecting with somebody.
Hey, that's great right there. That's much needed. I know I needed that, so that helped me a lot, and I'm pretty sure it helped many others out there too. So I appreciate you, man, for that. That was awesome.
Yes, sir.
Listen, I wanna talk a little bit about today's current events that's been going on over the past few weeks with all the unnecessary killings with the policemen and the race on race violence and stuff. It's been crazy. So I want to know, what are your thoughts about that? How do you feel about that? Because it's so much going on, and even though we're trying to make a difference, it's still something that's missing that needs to come about in order for a change to happen. So how do you feel about that?
Oh man, that's loaded. So so much that can be said about that. But I agree with you, man. I think that there are a lot of elements that go into it. Namely, of course, the history of this nation and the history of the world, man. And I think at the root of it, we know what the enemy is evil in the world. Satan has infiltrated the minds of people. Greed and selfishness, all of that stuff is at the root of the problem. And I think as it relates to us, on this level, I think those who the Bible says to pursue and seek peace, with all men. What I'm saying? As much as it pertains to us, as much as possible, seek peace. So I think number one, we have to do our part, especially as people of God. We have to do our part and loving people, no matter what's going on, no matter how they treat us. Making sure that we're doing our part according to the Word of God, according to what we believe, what God has said, about this existence for us. So whether we black, yellow, brown, white, whatever, we have to do what the Word of God says. But where it relates to injustice, I believe we also have to stand. We have to make our voices heard and make our stance known as well. That we're not just standing for anything, that we're not just gonna let you do anything to us, to our culture. We have to make our voices heard in many different ways. There are a lot of people, some people do that by using their musical gifts and using their songwriting and putting songs out there to try to, help, ease the pain or help me, affect somebody else's life. Somebody who might have been, their family, might have been, bigots and, prejudice. And, you never know. It could be a song, could be a series of songs or putting their story out, putting their personal experience out on social media or on a news story or something, some kind of way. I think God also uses that. He uses just like he uses us in many different ways and uses media in different ways to spread His word, to spread the gospel. I think He uses all of these different things, the talents and the abilities that people have, the creativity that we have to affect people's lives. And I think with what's happening today, it's horrible. Without naming names, you got presidential candidates and people that I believe are they are on the rise, but they are also inciting, silently or subliminally inciting certain things in people, and certain cultures, to legitimize it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a horrible sight to see. And hopefully, the candidates that really, really have a pure heart, as much as we can say that, hopefully the candidates that really have a pure heart, in this country will be the one that is voted in November, but I think we have there's so many layers to it, man. I'm trying to just kind of bring it in, but there's so many layers to it that I think, it can be overwhelming, but I think we have to kind of start with individually where we are, our communities, our cities, our towns, and do what we can where we are. So then it'll hopefully spread, do some positive things in the community, help where we can. We can't help what we can't help. I always say that, there's only so much that we can do. We have to put the rest in God's hands. And, unfortunately, when blood is shed and lives are lost, it does, bring about an awareness, of a problem. But at that point, what are we going to do about it from that point, to reduce it in our own neighborhoods, in our own backyard.
Right.
I think every individual just has to do their part, man, and use the gifts God's given you to be a light and be an answer. To even the small problems, we just all kind of, put in the work that way. I think. So that's my little take on it.
Man, listen, you said it. You said it all. I don't even know what else to say because every single thing that you said, I agree with 100%. I said pretty much the same thing for the past 2 weeks. As long as we start with ourselves, then when we get ourselves right and take a stand, then we can unite and we can turn this whole thing around. That's the way I feel,
Right,
and I feel like it takes unity to be able to make this change. And it first have to start in the mindset. You know, we have to get in the mind that if we want to see a change, we have to put our words into action.
Yeah, I think another thing, man, is on the spiritual side as well, man. Is like I said, at the root of the problem is spiritual, man. It is Satan has infiltrated the minds, and we know, schemes and all that kind of stuff is happening. And even as African American people, Black people, like we don't need to be fooled as if no, this ain't happening. They ain't gonna do that, man. It starts in the government. It could be white people. There's a whole string of emails and social media underground stuff that white people could have, certain white people, could have going on, and hey, and it infiltrates the police departments and everything else. They may have certain schemes to eradicate our race. You know what I'm saying? Like that can happen, and that's not just a movie thing. It's not just a TV, show thing. Like that can happen in real life, and it may be happening. You know what I'm saying? It may be a concerted effort to do this. Just like in slavery, and just like back in the day, to try to enslave our minds and put us in a place where we fear them, and it's really them fearing us. One of them fearing us. And I think again, at the root of it is spiritual, man. So if nothing else happens, we have to break strongholds down. As Christian people, we have to pray, to God that He makes a change in people, so that they can, and the people that have power,
right.
And that they can make a change, and even a small bit, in what's happening in the government structure.
Man, you own it. You hit it right on the nail. That's all it is. So I have nothing else to say on that, because it's just the truth. It's straight from beginning to end, nothing but the truth. So that's awesome, man. That is awesome. So I know you have some events coming up. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely, man. We have Lionheart Music Productions, and I'm partnering with a lot of my friends on this. It's called The Collective, and it's being held in Atlanta, Georgia, September 2nd and 3rd, which is Labor Day weekend. So that's right around the corner. In the next month, we'll be having that in Atlanta, and it's called The Collective because it's a gathering of creative musical minds. We're bringing together so many artists, producers, engineers, all of that for our first conference. We're looking to do that. I don't know if we're going to do it every year, but we're definitely going to do it next year, 2017. We'll be right back in Atlanta as well. So we have great artists like Michelle Williams, Tasha Cobbs will be there, producers, Grammy Award-winning producers, Fred Jerkins, Kevin Bond. We have Ted Wynn, he's an artist, and he's going to be coming and talk about publishing, and Rachel James of Rich Hooks and stuff, VHS, her and Demetria Doc will be here speaking and working with our vocalists. Just so many. A lot of us know C-Dub, Carlton Whitfield. He'll be talking about technology and music technology. Also Roy Cotton with Song Flow. Many of us know him as well in Dallas, Texas. So he'll be there. Man, who else we got? Man, it's endless right now. But these are my friends, and what I wanted to do was bring musicians, producers, artists, songwriters together, not just from the gospel genre, but any genre, and really start connecting us for the purpose of networking and mentorship, so that we can learn from one another, we can be inspired and empowered, from each other to reach the highest goals and the dreams that we want to reach that God has given us. So it's really going to be an inspiring time, man. We're going to do 2 full days, pretty much 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Friday and Saturday. And those that's flying back, those that's traveling in, flying back to their church, we'll get you out in enough time to catch your Saturday night flight so you can be in church on time Sunday morning. But we're going to do that, man, 2 days. And on the Friday night, we're gonna be in downtown Atlanta. We're gonna do, a mixer, a networking mixer. So we're gonna be advertising that very soon. So I want people to check us out. Our website is thecollectiveatlanta.com. Thecollectiveatlanta.com. And the tickets are $65. It covers both days, covers everything. Don't cover your hotel though if you're traveling from out of town. We do have a host hotel, a lot of hotels around the area as well that you can, book your room at. But we would love to see everybody there. We really want everybody to take advantage of this opportunity to come here and see how they got to where they are now. Also, we got Elvin Ross, which is one of my mentors. He is a TV and film producer. He works with Tyler Perry, Tyler Perry Studios, and produces a lot of the music for the live shows as well as the movies and TV shows he has. So that's another person we got. And this is going to be a great time. The Collective Atlanta, Labor Day weekend, September 2nd and 3rd. We'll be here.
Wow, that is awesome. Y'all definitely have to be in the building. Y'all do not want to miss that. The lineup by itself is just, it's amazing. Listen, go and support Trent Phillips. Y'all be at the event. It's going to be awesome. Do not miss it. Stay connected with him. Where can they find you on social media?
Social media, well, my tag is Trent Keys, all right? So it's Trent, Trent, Keys, Keys. So you can find me on Facebook and Twitter and Periscope as Trent Keys. On Instagram, Trent Keys and the number 2. All right, Trent Keys, the number 2 on Instagram. All right, so you can find me there. My website is TrentPhillips.com, and when you log on to that, it'll take you right to the Collective website. That is my website, TrentPhillips.com, and you can connect with me on any of those platforms.
Listen.
We'd love to hear from you.
Oh yeah, listen, y'all stay connected with him. I'm connected with him, so y'all might want to stay connected with him as well. Go follow him on all of your social media sites. Get his music that he's been producing, all of the music. I can't even keep up with him because he always producing somebody's music, but he's just that good. When you good like that, you can produce everybody's music. But I mean, it's amazing because you don't find humble musicians and producers like you did back then. It's very rare to find them nowadays. And I can honestly say Trent Phillips is one of those musicians you definitely want to stay connected with, because not only just because of his gift, but also because of his spirit. He has a great spirit. So y'all definitely stay connected with him. Follow him on all of your social media sites. You will not be disappointed. And make sure you go support him at his event, The Collective, in Atlanta, Georgia, in September during Labor Day. Is that Labor Day weekend?
Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend. Make sure you are in the building. Get your tickets. You don't want to miss it. All right. Well, that's all the time we have for today. But until next time, thank y'all so much for tuning in with Gospel Artist Entertainment with myself and my special guest today, Mr. Trent Phillips. Until next time, remember, only what you do for Christ, it will last. Thank you so much, and we will talk to y'all later. We're out.